literary focused in the nice creamsicle bookend world here. All right, so let's see who we have on our list. Stephen from Iltopia, would you like to go first? I can unmute you.
Hey.
Hi.
It's like 1 minute.
Yeah, no worries. You might, it sounds like I see you on here twice. You might want to turn down one of your speakers.
Yeah, let me.
Caller, turn down your radio, please. I've wanted to say that my whole life.
I was like listening on my phone, and then I turned on my computer because I was like, oh no, I need a good actual camera. Let me.
Yeah, if I don't have the right one featured, we can switch.
Okay, so just left on that one. Live in the middle of downtown, so by Union Station. So the train is my best friend.
Yes, no, our company was recently looking for office space in inner Southeast, and the tours were going great, and then the trains would come by and we'd say, oh, this probably isn't the spot for us.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so am I good?
There you are. Hi.
Awesome, cool. So yeah, so I just start whenever we're
ready. I'll tee up. Yeah, this is Stephen from Iltopia. We are doing our literary focused segment, and the name of the game here is just, without making it ridiculous, pretend you're at a trade show, and the camera is in fact a person who has come to your booth and is saying, I'd like to know more about your products.
Awesome. So you could all hear me, right? Good?
Yeah, you look and sound great.
Yes, awesome. So so my name is Stephen Christian. I am the owner and creator of Iltopia Studios. And Iltopia Studios is a creative studio that focuses on telling culturally relevant and immersive stories with comic books, graphic novels, and emerging technology. And so for me, a little bit of background about me is that I played football at Oregon State. And during my football career, I played college for 6 years, and I ended up having 2 hip surgeries. And so when you're playing football and having hip surgery, you are at this position where you're not sure where your career is going to go. And so it forced me to sort of explore other things. And so I was a big fan of the Boondocks and Static Shock and all those things growing up. And so I really saw that there was a void in really characters of color, particularly African-American characters, in adventure storytelling. And so I just sort of, put the pen to the paper, explored a lot of the stuff that I grew up on and tried to fill that void with just learning how to create, learning how to tell stories, and also create Black and African-American characters that are appealing to others outside just the muscle-bound characters that we know of in comic books. And so jumpstart, jump to like 5 or 6 years later, I actually moved up to Portland to try to get into medical school. And little did I know that there was this huge, creative community that I just got sucked into as I'm still, I'm currently applying to medical school right now. And with it, all the books that I do, all the comics and creative stuff that you see here, they're all, handmade, and they're all locally sourced. And I work with, nonprofits, Black-owned businesses and nonprofits to manufacture all these things. And so literally all the books that you'll see come from this book binder right here. All my print products come from this printer, and a lot of my binding and everything come from literally this stuff right here. And it's been very, very, it's been encouraging given the times, because I used to work with the IPRC. I used to work with a lot of local areas, but when they shut down, I had to kind of bring everything in-house. So this is literally the creative studio that pushes out a lot of this stuff. And it's, from handmade coloring books that you could, color to your heart's consent, to actual graphic novels that you're able to, read stories that are relevant, timely, and they really touch on, you know, the topics that we're seeing going on, but shown in an adventure story that is quirky and informative and really starts that conversation. And I think for, you know, given the times and everything, I think for growing up as a Black person, the whole concept of race and police brutality and all those things, I remember the time growing up where like that was a part of the conversation with my parents. And you know, given everything that we see, you know, in order to, you know, not bombard kids, to sort of introduce it in a way that's palatable and understandable at their level, and also shows them a little bit of hope. And so, you know, since the pandemic and everything started, and most of my sales have been from, you know, trade shows. I'm actually like, this is literally my first, you know, 3 months of actually selling online. I do mostly like comic conventions and stuff like that, but it's really forced me to explore, you know, what the market would want. And so I'm pleased to announce that like with most of my book purchases, I'll be having like mass of like the characters.
Oh, nice.
And really enjoying that, as well as puzzles. And so if anybody wants like a puzzle, you know, they come with these are all handmade puzzles that that incorporate a lot of, you know, technology and you know, activities and stuff like that. And with like online learning and everything, I'm including you know, online courses on like how to make stickers and actually like creating little sticker packs for it. And the best thing that like I could sort of explain about like how I'm changing the way stories are being told is actually just like doing a little demo and showing sort of like the technology that comes with the actual books. And so this is the first volume of Island Fever, my title series. And one of the things I'm like really proud about it is I'm incorporating augmented reality into it. And so combining a actual phone with the book, it changes the reading experience to where you can read the book like a regular book. You could watch the book like a YouTube video. You could listen to the book like an audiobook, or you could play the book kind of like a game. And so it makes it so much immersive, really, really immersive. And it just sort of makes it more inclusive to where you don't actually have to know how to read to actually enjoy a book. And I found that very, very, you know, just very, very powerful, especially given the times where there's a lot of disparities in education and access. This is one of the things that like I've been pretty proud of as a creator. And so I'm gonna do like a little demo. I'm gonna try it, and we'll see how it goes. But with my webcam.
Awesome. And just, this is fantastic. And just so you know, we've got about a minute left before we have to move on, but I'm very excited to see this,
Oh yeah,
this AR demo.
So I'm not sure if you can see. Okay, yeah. So here is my main character, Roscoe. And you'll see on the, he's waving on the top of the book.
Oh, that's so great.
And then I have some prints of some of the other characters. So this is Vanessa. And then this is another one of Roscoe. Let's see if he actually, oh, it doesn't look like he's, there we go.
There he is.
There's Roscoe. And then I just now released a mouse pad that comes with some of the book orders that shows some of the characters dancing.
That is so cool.
And so I've really, really enjoyed sort of the lack of opportunities to go to trade shows, because it really has given me an opportunity to sort of, you know, work on stickers and stuff. Like these are like new sticker designs that I'm working on that goes with these books. And also tell these stories, because I think the stories are relevant, they're timely, and yeah, you know, I just really enjoyed this this whole opportunity. So thanks for having me. And so if people want to like find it, I think we're on the Candid wholesale. Like our catalog should be on there, and also on our website, iltopiastudios.com, and you know, hit us up on social media and stuff.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephen. Stephen from Iltopia Studios. That is really fantastic. Those are just great. It's great art, great subject matter, and I am just a sucker for augmented reality because it's just so fun. Right on. Well, thank you so much. We are moving on now to Elly from Microcosm Publishing. Elly, I believe you have the helm.
Hi, can you hear me and see me?
Yes, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. And
Absolutely.
Stephen, that was amazing. I was just like looking at your website and I think I need one of your masks. So Microcosm Publishing is a book publisher and distributor. We also have a bookstore, once in future bookstore, currently warehouse site of pickups and drop-offs and the like. We were founded in Cleveland, Ohio by an at-risk autistic teenager in 1996. And we've been in Portland for over 20 years, and we're located on North Williams Avenue. We publish and distribute books, zines, stickers, patches, t-shirts, but mostly books, with the focus on nonfiction that empowers readers or helps you empower yourself really to change your life and change the world. We have about 500 titles in print that we publish ourselves, both books and zines, and we have almost 4 million books in print total over the last 25. Wow. We just did that math and we were like, what happened?
That's great.
Yeah, we also have a huge distribution line. So we distribute, most of our business is selling books to other stores, and mostly to like gift stores and boutiques, as well as to some bookstores. We sell our own books. We sell books from like big publishers like Penguin Random House, and we also sell books from smaller creators and contributors, like somebody who's made their own tarot deck or who publishes their own zines. If it fits in our catalog, we'll take it. And so we get to kind of curate a selection that fits our many, many interests, which include things as diverse as punk music, which was a huge influence on us starting out, bicycles, healthy relationships, mental health. Those are both huge, huge topics right now. We do a lot about DIY, kind of teaching you to do and make things. We do we have a very popular line of books about witchcraft and paganism that is really growing in popularity, and things like alternative histories of various events that are told in a more objective way, or maybe a more left-leaning way. I brought a few of our books to show, of our bestsellers. This one is called Unfuck Your Brain by Dr. Faith Harper. Sorry, nice. Do you need me to bleep those out?
Nope, not at all. Nothing matters anymore.
This is our number one best-selling book, Unfuck Your Brain. It's by the author is a woman of color. She has a PhD in counseling, and she's a therapist, and she trains therapists, and she grew up in an army family, and she writes the way she talks, which is with a lot of swears. So we put this one on the cover. Mm-hmm. This is basically a really short, easy to understand book that explains the brain science of essentially trauma. But like if your brain doesn't seem like your friend and you freak out at things that you don't want to freak out about, this book explains why, and it also explains how to stop that. It's a really great book. And she has a whole series. She writes like 6 books a year. She's unbelievable. Wow. Her other bestsellers are Unfuck Your Boundaries, Unfuck Your Intimacy, Unfuck Your Worth just came out, Unfuck Your Body is coming soon. There is a trend.
I've actually had that one recommended to me by a friend, and I don't know how I feel about that, but I'll check it out.
It came full circle for me when my therapist recommended it to me. I was like, in fact, I've read it about 10 times. I was the editor. Uh-huh. And that was a rough year. What can I say?
Yep.
For the best. Our bestseller prior to that is this adorable book called Make Your Place. It is handwritten inside. It used to be zines, and that were self-published by the author. And she has just such a friendly voice, and she teaches you to do everything from like making your own herbal tincture to for herbal first aid to like making your own like non-toxic house cleaning products, and also a little bit of organic gardening. It's like a little bit of everything. And the thing I love about this book is it crosses generations and its appeal. Like young people just starting out will buy it, and their grandmother will also buy it. Their grandmother.
Yeah, awesome.
And then the final book I brought is The Practical Witch's Almanac. This is the 2021. We are about to get the 2021 one back from print, and this is a really popular line. It's kind of can work as a day planner, has important dates, and also like recipes for spells and like cool lore, and they're just fascinating to read, like any almanac is.
Yeah.
So our website is microcosm.pub. We have all of our wholesale terms, and you can buy directly from our website and just hit wholesale and it works out, or you can get in touch with us.
Wonderful. That's so great. No, that's all really cool. I mean, this has been happening with me all week, but I want everything. I want one of everything. And I'm like, I feel like I'm going to run out of I'm going to run out of friends before I run out of gifts this holiday season. So, awesome stuff. Thank you for sharing. That is Elly from Microcosm Publishing. Open on Candid Portland Supply. If you want to sell those books, you can. It's so easy. It's wholesale. It's why we're all here. Up next, I want to bring in the Tailored Tees Company. Thank you all for waiting. I think you have the helm. So take it away, Tailored Tees. Yeah, you look and sound great.
All right, thank you.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to thank you for this platform and for facilitating these conversations, Dave. We're really excited to get in front of everybody and tell you about our company.
It is my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. So we are a design and print company, and we really focus on premium tees. And I forgot to introduce myself, but I'm Briana.
And I'm Josh with Tailored Tees.
Yeah. So I'm going to pass it over to Josh to tell us a little more about how we got started.
Sure. So we started about 2 years ago. It was 2018. We were working with a nonprofit organization, working through fundraising ideas. And I had a background in screen printing. So it was like, well, why don't we do a shirt fundraiser? And one of the difficulties, at the time we didn't have a shop, we really didn't have a business. We were just working with them almost in a consultant way, just saying, all right, you can bring money in this way. And next thing you know, we looked around Portland.
Basically, Josh signed us up to print the shirts for the organization. And that's how we got started in short. And it was a 4-color job. It was really the catalyst for us to get our shop ready, to get all of our equipment and just get the ball rolling. And ever since then, we've been working with organizations like the one Josh mentioned, businesses to really help promote their brands and create designs for them that they can display on t-shirts and really have either a uniform look or a way to advertise their particular organization.
Now, I have to stop you there. Briana says it's uniform look. She's all about the family, right? Yes. So one of her things was like, we want to have designs. We want to have shirts we want the extra small, the youth sizes, the infant tees. She was all about making sure that, when we, a lot of places we went to, it was a little difficult to kind of.
Yeah, most people don't do onesies or tall tees.
It's an additional cost, right? Yes. So she really wanted to make sure that from an inclusive standpoint, we were including, whole families and thinking about, all right, as a family of 4, we have 2 little ones, what are the things that we're going to be looking for? What are the price points? What are the type of designs, materials, et cetera? And that was,
so that's something we're really passionate about, making sure our designs are inclusive and that we are really understanding what our customers are looking for in terms of what they're offering. I think another unique thing about us as a print company is that we like to experiment with a lot of different techniques. So this is actually one of the first shirts that we did. This is of Angela Davis, but this is a screen printed shirt, and it was actually a test design that Josh put together to test halftones. So different techniques, and it became one of our best-selling shirts. And then this one's also screen printed. This has a Michelle Obama quote on it. But in this design, it's kind of a transition between dark blue and lighter blue. So
a fountain press.
Yes, fountain press design. And then we've also experimented with sublimation. So that's a technique where the ink is actually in the form of gas, and it infuses into the shirt. So we love, we're back. So we love trying new things. We love going through that creative process with the people that we work with and the businesses that we work with. And I think that's why someone would want to partner with Tailored Tees.
Yeah.
That's great. No, these are, I love the designs. I love the process. You are obvious. I'm a parent myself, and I think, 90% of my textile purchases go towards the 50% of the family that is changing sizes all the time. So that's, if you cover those bases, you're set. No, that's really wonderful stuff. Yeah, and we're about to move on, but any closing remarks you'd like to say to your virtual trade show?
No, we love to create something custom for different people who are interested in wholesale, and we can create some interesting solutions for you guys. So interested in partnering with folks. So check us out.
We're open for business. Give us a shot.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Tailored Tees, open on Candid. Feels a little corny to say the tagline, but it's designed to be a sentence that is just true. So coming up next, we have Suzanne from Mugwump. I think you're live. Welcome. Oh, and you're muted. So if you can unmute yourself.
One momento. Am I here? I'm here.
Yeah, now you're here. Hi.
Hi. It's very good to be here. Thanks, Dave. I'm Suzanne Kolker. My business is Mugwump, and I've been creating accessories out of reclaimed materials for close to 20 years. I got my start when I was teaching elementary school, and I was teaching part-time, and I was looking for a little bit more creative outlet than designing bulletin boards and curriculum, which has some skill to it, but I wanted something a little bit more. So I started making, I visited Scrap. Remember Scrap?
Very much so.
Yes, and back 20 years ago or so, it was on Mississippi Street. And I had gone there and I got my hands on a vinyl banner. And I started making tote bags out of vinyl banners. And I loved it. I had forgotten how much I loved sewing. And so I made a bunch of tote bags. And when I ran out of that material, I thought, well, what else can I use? Because this is awesome. So I'd go to thrift stores and I'd go down every aisle, just looking at things in a new light. And thinking outside the box, right? So I found vinyl placemats and I started making bags out of those. I found lawn chair webbing and I started making wallets and things out of those. And then because I was teaching elementary school and I love kids literature, I would find discarded books from the library, books that kids aren't checking out anymore because it's not a very appealing cover, and so they're making room in the library for books that kids will check out. So after the teachers go through it and the kids go through it, I get the discarded pile. Sometimes I have a bunch of tape on it, whatever. But I started making bags out of the covers, and
oh, that's great.
I love it so much. And then because I don't want to waste a thing, I would make product from the inside pages as well. So I'm making little snap pouches from the pages of all these books. If the pages are big enough, then I am making little tote bags out of the page. You recognize that? You said you were a parent.
Oh, yes. Good night, Mush.
So at this stage of the game, I've got like 6 lines of handbags and about 10 lines of small accessories, and it just keeps going. It just keeps going. And I do spend a lot of time at thrift stores gleaning things nobody wants anymore, because that's what I'm all about. My mission is to take things that are discarded, unwanted, and repurpose and give them new life. So if I go to a thrift store, in the game board aisle, I might find, here's a clue, and this looks practically brand new. It's as if the family never had a family game night. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway. Or sometimes there's, Lay's potato chip stains on it and coffee rings or whatever. But I'll take these boards and I will make them into, here's a clue bag, for instance.
Oh, that's so great.
And I just love it so much. So I make them all here in my studio in Portland, and I just never know what I'm going to use next. So here's a Monopoly one. I'll use little golden books.
These are so wonderful. I love how you use the color. I mean, obviously you're an artist, you know what you're doing, but I love
I figured some stuff out, right? And this is a knitting pattern book. So
Yeah.
it's amazing what you can use and what you can create from all of this stuff. So I'll use tons and tons of maps as well. So can I just go through a few of the
Yeah,
small
please.
accessories?
I'd say you got maybe another 3 minutes.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so from those pages of kids' books, I'm also making little clutches. And I let the size of the page dictate the size of the clutch. And so here's from a dictionary, here's from Icecapades program, here's from a calendar page. And that white that's inside there is banner vinyl. So I'll get the ends of the rolls from a banner shop and upcycle that material. So I'm making clutches and I'm making the pouches. I have a line of travel, and I know that the travel is going to open back up again. So I've got passport covers from maps, very appropriate.
That's great.
From all over. And then I have passport covers from, here's from a Tintin comic book. Here's from a kid's book page. Here's from a wallpaper sample book.
That's so wonderful.
It's really cute.
And sorry if I missed this. What's your process for? Do you laminate? Do you plastify the pages?
No, I coat. You're right. It's a laminate process. So I coat everything, and I reinforce everything. So, for instance, the banner vinyl, I'll be stitching through that. Or on these bags, you know, the banner vinyl is sandwiched in between the pages, so I'm stitching through a fabric. Otherwise, it just wouldn't last long, and wouldn't last long in the rain either. So I have to coat all these things and prepare them. Because I'm asking these materials to become something other than what they were intended. So it's quite a little process. So I've got luggage tags out of maps as well and other images. And I even have checkbook covers because people still want a checkbook cover.
I write my 5 checks a year. gotta keep them safe.
My best seller is probably these little business card wallets or credit card wallets. Tons of maps and tons of other images, and that's probably the best seller. I've got my catalog on my website and this website, and then to make order easy for folks in their store, I put together small accessories packs so that you can have, if you're a bookstore, you can have a pack of just book lovers accessories, or if you have a travel section in your bookstore, and travel's coming back, just a bunch of traveling accessories, all put together so it's easy ordering.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your collection with us. This is great. Suzanne from Mugwump. Come find her on Portland Supply. You are open on Candid, as I say, as they say, as we will all say this week. Fantastic. I am going to take a quick break because I need to get some more coffee, and we got another batch of brands coming up in 5 very short minutes. The theme is going to be A&O, which stands for Athletic and Outdoor. So thank you everybody for presenting. This is so much fun. We are going to be tagging you all in the Facebook post just to make it easier to find you, but everybody can be found at portland-supply.openoncandid.com. It's the Portland Supply Trade Show. It's running from Tuesday through Friday with live events happening every day. We're almost, what are we, like 62% of the way through the event. So very excited to have all of you, and thank you so much for sharing your art and your work. We will be back momentarily.